In this video, we're going to take a look at triangle inequalities where we're ordering sides and angles. Now, before we jump in, I want us to look at this warm-up question real quickly. It asks us to label the sides and angles of this triangle. So this is just a review on how we label sides and angles. So remember, sides are always going to be two letters. So I could say that AB, it'd be helpful if I got my pen out here. I could say AB would be a side. Notice I've put a line over top. It reminds me that it's a segment. I could say BC. I could say AC. And I could take any one of these and flip them. I could do BA or CB or CA. Any of those would be fine. And then let's talk about angles. Remember, angles get the little angle sign out front. So angle A, angle B, and angle C. And you could always use three letters too. So for angle A, I could have said angle BAC, and that would be this angle right here. So just wanted to review, when we deal with segments, we're always doing two letters. When we're dealing with angles, we can either use one letter or three letters, and we should put the angle sign out front. All right, so let's jump in here. Now, in triangles, there is a relationship between the sides and the angles of a triangle. And this is the relationship. We're going to learn more about these relationships later. We're actually one day hopefully going to learn how to solve for them. But for now, I want you to learn some basic principles. The first one is this. The larger angle lies opposite the larger side, or the largest angle lies opposite the longest side. So notice this. If I wanted to list the angles in order here, I could. Notice that 15 is my largest side. Opposite 15 is angle B. Angle B would be my largest angle. Let's take a look at another one. I've got 12 here. Okay, 12 is opposite angle A. So angle A here would be the medium angle, and then the smallest one here, 6. Okay, that would be angle C. So if I wanted to order these from largest to smallest, I can do that. The angles, I can order the angles largest to smallest by looking at the sides. So let's take a look at another one. Let's list the angles from largest to smallest. So 70 is opposite A, so I should get angle A first. Notice that A goes with 70. 50 tells me that C is the middle one, and then B is equal to, or is the smallest because it's opposite 30. Now, we do want to be careful about one thing. This does not mean, this is really important, this does not mean that angle A is equal to 70 degrees. That is false. Please do not think that angle A is 70 degrees. All we're doing is putting them in order. We're not solving for angles. With this, we're just ordering the angles here. So this is not a degree sign. It's feet, 50 feet, 30 feet, and 70 feet. So just be very careful that you understand that this is not putting them in order, or this is putting them in order. It's not solving. All right, let's do another one here. Let's list these angles from smallest to largest. So my smallest one is going to be opposite my smallest side. Now, something to notice here. Notice how the last one was largest to smallest, and this one is smallest to largest. You have to pay attention to what they're asking. So smallest to largest here. So angle G would be my smallest. Angle F would be my medium, and angle I would be my largest, because notice this is across from my smallest, my medium, my largest. All right. Now, this actually works in reverse. If I know the angles, I can order the sides. Notice here, if I know each of these angles, I could put the sides in order, and it works the same way. The biggest angle is opposite the biggest side. So if I was going biggest to smallest here, I would say AC is my biggest side. I would say that, let's see, 40 is bigger than 30, so that would tell me that BC would be my middle side. And then I would say that AB is my smallest side, just like that. All right, so let's try one shortest to longest real quick. This should be very fast. So I should recognize AT, or you could put TA if you wanted to. And then I'll look at TN. And then I'll have AN. That would be smallest to largest. Notice that 105 is my largest, so it should come in last with AN. So let's look at two more variations of this problem just to make sure we are prepped and ready to go. Notice here we've got street sides, Rector, Taylor, and Pine, and we want to put them in the correct order from longest to shortest. Remember, always keep an eye out for what they're asking for. Now notice, we don't have all the angles we need here, right? We're missing this angle right here, so that should be an easy solve for us. We're going to say, okay, 180 minus 64 minus 54, okay? And I'm going to subtract both those out, and I'm going to see what I get. So I should get 18 minus 11, that's going to be 7. I should get 72 degrees, so that 72 is going to go right here. All right, so I've got 72 degrees. Now that I know my angles, now I can put my streets in order. They went longest first, so that should be Pine. And then medium one should be Taylor. Actually, I made a mistake here, didn't I? I did. Hang on, let's back this up. Up. That's not 72 degrees. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, look, I made a silly mistake here. I got to carry one here, don't I? 10 minus 8 is 2. 17 minus 6 minus 5, that is going to be 62. I apologize. I was doing this going, this doesn't seem right. It wasn't right. All right, now that we've solved for the angle correctly, if you caught that before I did, great job, thumbs up, gold star. All right, now we're going to go longest, so 64 goes with Rector. Okay, so it's not A and it's not D. 62 goes with Pine, and then 54 goes with Taylor. So notice sometimes we have to solve, whoops, I did not mean to do that. Sometimes we have to solve for our missing angles with these triangles, okay? So just be on the lookout for something like that. All right, last one. Sometimes they don't give us a picture. Sometimes they just tell us with words, and let me pull this down so you can actually see it. So if A is equal to 65 and B is 15 degrees and measure of angle C is 100 degrees, list the sides of the triangle in order from shortest to longest. So one way to do this would be to kind of sketch out a picture. That would be 100, and that's C. I don't know, that looks like 15, so that can be B. And this could be 65, and that would be A. So one way would be to sketch out a picture, and then we would go from here, shortest to longest. That would tell me that AC is coming first, and BC would be second, so that should tell me B. But let me actually show you another way here. If I'm going opposite from C, what are the other two letters left over? If I've got A, B, C, and I want the short, or I should start with B because it's the shortest. If I cover up B, what letters do I have left over? From the shortest, I have A and C, so that should tell me that A and C is going to be my first one. And then I look at my middle one, cover up A. What are the other two letters that will be opposite? I get B and C. And I end up solving it without actually having to sketch it out at all. Either way works. If you forget, you're always welcome to just sketch out a triangle. That's always going to get you home. All right, so this wraps up this section of triangle inequalities.